in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Junior Golf Podcast. I'm your host, Ro Thompson. And as always, we got a special guest on the show tonight. And before we get into, before we start talking to our new guest, I want to give a thanks to our sponsor. This episode of the Junior Golf Podcast is brought to you by Aon Schools. In golf, success is built on discipline, strategy, and long-term vision, the same values that Aon Schools bring to the classroom. So, with that being said, my special guest tonight is none other than Quincy Leonard. What's going on, Quincy?
All right. Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, man, good to have you on, man. Appreciate you agreeing to do this. I know doing it a while back, but just couldn't get it connected. But we are live tonight.
I appreciate
so all the time, man. So, man, before we get into a lot of the great things that you're doing for the game of golf, for junior golf across the country, give us a little background give us a little background on yourself and tell us how you got into this great game of golf.
Well, my name is Quincy Leonard, from Montgomery, Alabama, but I'm originally from a small town called Kellyton, Alabama. And so when I was young, my mom's sister, her husband, he introduced me to the game. I may have been about 12 or so, 13 maybe, I can't remember, but it was in the 80s. And we didn't have, golf in our community like that. He was from New Jersey, originally from South Carolina.
Oh, my home state.
Exactly.
Good deal.
So Uncle Jimmy was the one who kind of put the clubs in my hand, and he left a little set with me. And every time they come home, I would, mess around with the golf clubs.
Okay.
And so just really didn't get going into the game until I got out of college seriously in the game. And so developed my game and became an avid golfer and had kids. And that's how I got into junior golf with my own children, and not trying to get them into it, but they just happened to just hang around me. My son, my wife was like, if you're going to play golf, you need to take your son with you. So I said, okay, no problem. I got my buggy and we got playing. Hey, look, we was out there together,
right.
Playing. And, that's how that happened. But we've just been in the game since those 80s, and now, over almost 30-something years now later, I've been, in the game.
That's great, man. That's awesome, man. And not to leave out that you got two D1 golfers playing golf in college, right?
Yeah, and like I said, when we started playing golf, the family, my children and my son, man, I was just doing it because I loved to play the game. And
right.
They wanted to be out there with dad. And so
right.
when as I began to get into it and I saw them being more interested in the game, I kind of put my game to the side and started working with them and started putting them in the junior tournaments. And the reason why I put my son in the junior tournaments was a friend of mine who coaches now at Stetson University, Danny Forshey, told me. He said, "Man, he has a nice swing. You should put him in the tournaments." Yeah. And I'm like, "You think so?" I said, "How you know if he's ready?" He said, "The only way you're going to get ready is to, get him out
get
there."
Him in.
And so we
put him in the fire.
I put him in it. The rest is history. And what's surprising is all three of my kids play, and it was just, most kids that, their families, they're typically going to do something else. You might have one do that, and then the other one, they'll do something else, but not all three. That's not common typically, but I was blessed. So we only had to go one place. The golf
That's club. It. Right. Well, man, you've done a excellent job. If nobody else tells you, I'm gonna tell you. You got two and D1 college, and you got I guess you got another one coming, right?
Yeah, she's coming, man.
See?
She's young, ninth grader, very, very eager to become a great player. So,
Got time.
they say about the younger one always tends to be the better player. So it remains to be seen, but I believe she has a good chance.
We're good. We're good, man. Doing great things. So, man, I wanted to have you on tonight to talk about some of the great things you're doing in the world of junior golf. Besides, raising some great uh, junior golfers and college golfers. You started a tournament. Of course, you've done some other things, and I'm sure we'll get to that. But you started a tournament called the Legacy Golf Championship. What inspired you to start that tournament a few years ago?
Well, I've always had I've always wanted to do a tournament of my own. I'm a tournament director, and so doing tournaments and doing them in for other um, places, I felt like I wanted to do something that was my own event, that had
Right.
my own spin on it, so to speak. And so I think I was coaching the mayor's kids,
Okay.
Mayor Stephen Reed. He had brought his boys out, one of his sons, out to the golf course one Saturday, and we had a conversation. He had pointed me to be on the sports commission,
Okay.
the Central Alabama Sports Commission.
Okay.
And while in the meeting, one of his main things was bringing new sporting events and
Mm.
things like that to the community.
Okay.
And he wanted to do it some untraditional types of sports,
Okay.
not just your football and basketball and
Basketball.
baseball.
Right.
So that really got my mind to thinking. I began to think at that
Hmm.
during that meeting. And so when that day he came out with his son to the golf course, and he's like, I said, Mayor, I want to do a tournament. And he
Mm.
said, well, what do you think? And I said, yeah, I want to host a junior tournament. And I think I may have said college at the time, but
Yeah.
I just want to host a tournament. And he said, well, let's try to make it happen.
Mm.
And so I went to work. From that point on. I began to brainstorm and come up with ideas. And that's how I came up with the idea of having a collegiate and junior tournament, because my kids were kind of phasing out of uh,
Junior golf.
junior golf,
Yeah.
and to keep them in the game. And I thought I created an event that could, they could play in. So that's how it kind of came about. And I've always wanted to host a tournament, and and put my own spin on it. And so that's kind of how that got started.
That's good, man. And what type of impact did you envision this tournament making, across the country? Because you got junior golfers that come across the country, not just Alabama, but they come in from other states.
Oh yeah, I've had kids come from as far out west as California. Uh,
Right.
I've had a family the first year came from overseas. I had several that have shown interest from overseas,
Okay.
uh, and so um, I had a kid from Qatar that came and played in the first event there, and that was wonderful. And so it's made an impact across the globe actually.
Hmm.
The first year when we did it, we put out a kind of an impact statement, and it showed all the various places where the tournament had, kind of touched the people that
Right.
come about. So we have several people from different places. So it's made a great impact on the you know from our United States as well as global.
Global. That's good, man. That's good. And what is and why did you call it? Why did you just make the decision to call it the legacy? I mean, what does that mean?
Well, the legacy, Montgomery has a lot of history and a lot of
For sure.
legacy that stuff is going on.
Right.
So when I thought about it, I wanted to um, share a legacy. Basically, I
Hmm.
wanted to share some form of a legacy. So the first year, Coach Smoot and I, from Miles College,
Right.
just
Right
talked
down in
about
Alabama, right?
kind of talked about our legacy,
Right.
what we're doing. And then the next year, I invited Mr. Sifford Jr. to share his dad's legacy. And so
Mm-hmm.
hopefully this year we'll be able to share another person's legacy. And so that's, just sharing that golfing legacies from across, whatever spectrum. It could be, history, just as it
Mm-hmm.
relates to, whatever history that's in Alabama or abroad nationally, because we do a lot of stuff, man. Our museums here are very, very nice. And so the
Sure.
participants, they get a chance to see that and get a chance to be a part of that.
Right.
Things they may not have known, but that's kind of how that went.
There you go. And what do you feel that makes the this particular tournament different from some of the other tournaments around the country?
Well, I think adding a piece with the collegiate and junior, I don't think it's a lot of those that go down like that. They typically
No,
either
it's not.
junior tournament or their collegiate tournament, but not an AM and junior at the same time. And so it's a great opportunity for the younger players to see what it takes to be playing collegiate golf, or seeing some collegiate players, play at the event. So that's kind of what separates it. And just being right here in the South, this is, I think, the first type of event that we've had here in our area that's like this. So I think we made history with that, and we just want to continue on with it.
Right. And it's a 3 day, you know,
Right.
Quincy, and you get Wagger,
World,
right?
yeah, you get world ranking points with this, which is
Yeah.
good. That's what kind of gets a lot of the kids from overseas, because a lot of those kids from overseas want want Wagger
Right.
points.
That's right. And that should be a big draw within itself. And the venue, talk about the venue a little bit. Why did you decide to have it there, and give us a little history on that particular course?
Well, I wanted to start out at Lagoon.
Hmm.
The city it's a public course, it's a city course, very tough course as far as it, and it's not a bomber's course. You got to be able to hit golf shots,
Right.
and it forces you to really be strategic about how you play the game. And so when the mayor and the park and rec director, we got together, we talked about it. They would want to be able to do more from my tournament to be able to help as regards to in kind. And so that was
Right.
really good. They help with the golf course fees, and that helps out with planning and all that kind of stuff. So that was a great opportunity for us to work with the city of Montgomery, because they wanted this to come. They wanted something like this. So it makes it very difficult to not be here at Lagoon when they're helping, like that. So
Right.
that was one of the main factors.
But that's important, and it's good to have the support from the city, um, financially, uh, you know, being involved, volunteer support. It's important to have that hometown, connection.
And we get a lot of support from the community.
Yeah.
Like I said, you got all not just the city, but a lot of businesses, a lot of organizations, and so that's the plus about it.
That's good. Now, of course, when these college and junior golfers come in town, they it's going to be competitive. Make no mistake about it. But this type of event can also, help, people develop personally. How do you implement, what things do you implement to help people grow personally?
Oh yeah, man. What we do is when they first get here, we're going to have a party, man. We want to celebrate uh, the young people and our sponsors. The first
Mhm.
day, the night that they come in, on that Friday night, we're going to do a pairing party for
Right.
our amateur and junior tournament,
Okay.
where the sponsors will play with either a junior or an amateur, and so that'll give them an opportunity to meet community leaders. We've had doctors and different lawyers that have helped support us. One of
Mm-hmm.
the, I have to shout out one of my friends, LeBaron Boone, who's been uh, he's in the Lawyers Hall of Fame, man. I'm telling you, this is.
Wow.
He told me, I was talking to him the other day. He said, "Look, I'm not trying to die. Most times when they put me in the hall, put folks in the Hall of Fame, they about to leave here." I
Right.
said,
Right.
he's about my age, but man, he's a very influential man,
Good.
and they'll get to play with these kinds of people. I'm talking about maybe some millionaires, and they look like me and you, and so it's giving
Mm-hmm.
them that opportunity to see people that are successful. And so these are the types of things that we have done, and then we'll have them when we have our dinner. Last year we had Eddie Robinson, the football coach for Alabama
Legend.
State, who was in the
Legend.
NFL, and he
Yeah.
played in the NFL for years, and he shared some of his successes, and so they get to meet and see people that they can kind of relate to.
Right.
So it's a great tournament, man, where they get to interact with their peers. They're going to play and want to beat them, but then they get after the downtime, they get a chance to go and hang out. You
Have some
know,
fun.
right? We take them have dinner on Monday night. On Tuesday, we go out to whitewater rafting, and they can do some team
Ooh.
building.
Yeah.
And then just a lot of great opportunities for them to interact and mingle.
That's great, man. I can't wait to experience it for the first time. We plan on coming down, and JT, he'll be in the college division.
Well, we're glad
Um,
to have it, man.
yeah, man, can't wait to see him compete against some of the other college kids coming from across the country. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
interesting, man. We got to pack the house. So for those of you that's listening, we
Oh yeah,
need your help to get more junior golfers there, and we need y'all help getting more college golfers there, right, Q?
that's right. And I
Good.
guarantee you're going to enjoy it. Everybody that has come that have been at our legacy, they just enjoyed it, man. I mean, it's a great event. We try to give them that Southern hospitality, and so and like I said, another thing that I would like to mention is the fact that they get this on that Sunday
Mm-hmm.
before or after their practice round, they can go out, man. They get museum tickets to go and see all the various museums that EJI has, which are amazing. These are some of the best museums, that you would ever see. Um, and so, just a great chance for them to come, learn, and experience a great time here in Alabama, in Montgomery.
That's great. That's great. Now, Q, you've been at this thing for a long time. What
Mhm.
would be your number one advice that you would give to junior golf parents to make the journey a lot smoother?
Well, that's first of all, you got to understand that it is a journey, and it
Yes.
and it doesn't come overnight.
Make no
I
mistake about
Exactly.
it.
I have college players, and we're still working and still developing. So the
Right.
process never ends. It's just a continual process. You'll have, uh, times where you peak and then plateau, peak and plateau. And so you just have to just move with roll with the punches, as they say, and just
Yeah.
learn and develop and just enjoy the process. I've enjoyed it, man. I didn't imagine getting into the game and then doing this with my children like this. That wasn't the plan.
Mm.
My friend, he brought my eyes, opened my eyes up and brought it to my attention that I may have a golfer. Man, I was playing golf for myself,
Right. You
you know.
you was trying to get good. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so that's what I would say to parents: enjoy it,
Mm-hmm.
and just allow them to develop, and
Yeah.
and encourage, and and we have to encourage. I just encourage them to work hard. That's my kind of my personality. I'm a hard worker, committed, dedicated, and if you can pass on those traits to them, they can figure it out, and they will figure it out.
Right. And you just have to have a little patience. That's all.
Oh man, that's the key. Just
Yeah, that's the thing.
don't get so excited or
Talk,
bogged down
go
on
ahead.
they're not
Talk
doing
about it.
this, not doing that.
There you
It'll
go.
happen.
There you go. It'll come around for them, right?
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah. Now, Q, how do you what ways do you support the Legacy Championship? How do y'all support uh kids that want to play in college?
Um, well, we have coaches to come
Hmm.
and they'll see them, and because I've had
Yeah.
coaches that reach out to me and want to know what kind of players are coming to the events, and so we kind of give them that exposure with the college coaches as well.
Right. And if I'm not mistaken, Q, this year we have over 52 invites. Now we don't know how many is going to come yet, but we're in the
I did a
stages
count.
of
I did a count.
submitting.
Yeah, it's up there, man. And
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
yeah. So I feel like our numbers are really going to shoot up this year because it's getting a little bit more. The word is getting out now.
There you go. There you go. So Q, how do you how does the legacy help grow the game in the communities that are typically underrepresented?
Yeah, that's one of the things Coach Smoot and I was talking about as we were, as I was starting the event. He said there's a level of kids that are getting, not getting looked at really,
Right.
and so you know, this is an event that can help them get their experience, and not
Hmm.
only that, give them some exposure. So one of the things I talked to, because Underrated is a partner in this event. So the
Hmm.
winner of the boy and girl division gets an opportunity to qualify. And so one of the things that I was telling, um, underrated people, guys, I was
Hmm.
like, well, you know, I have guys in Alabama that see my daughter and my son get into underrated, but they were like, well, how can I get into underrated? And
Right.
so they gave the opportunity to me to do this, and I was greatly appreciative of it. And so I think it gives them exposure. It will give them opportunities to play in other tournaments and that kind of thing. So I really think it's a great exposure piece to
Yeah.
the game.
Shout out to Steph. Shout out to Steph Curry and the underrated
Oh
golf
man, do a fabulous
staff,
job.
man. Yeah. Jay Rich, Will,
Yeah,
Hampton.
those are my guys.
There you go. There you go. The crew. Right.
Yes, sir.
So man, so what's so and so what do you CQ as the biggest challenge in terms of putting on events like this? Let's let the listeners know what do you need to help make this event great?
Well, funds are always challenging because you got to go out and try to raise money, and so money, that would help. That would help, help other kids that may not be able to come for
Right.
those 3 days or however many days they would like to come.
Hmm.
And I do that with the funds. So I try to, help young people that are needing assistance.
Hmm.
But I don't have that Steph Curry type of,
The support, yeah, right.
support like that.
It's coming.
I,
It's coming.
but I do exactly. But I do believe that, you know, those are the types of things that I think that would help. Um, Not only that, just giving those kids, like I said, the opportunity and you know, what could help the grow to, help me to get this bit even more is just getting more sponsors, from a global aspect, not necessarily for a global, but a national aspect to
Right.
see the benefit of an event like this. So more sponsorships, more participation, and definitely the funds.
There you go. And man, we may have to call Liv might drop a couple of dollars on the
Oh yeah,
legacy.
hey, I will take it.
Right. So, man, you've had this event for a few years now, man. What's been one of the most memorable moments that you can remember out of all the events that you've had over the last couple of years?
The most memorable
Hmm. Yeah,
moment in this event, or just
the legacy. Yeah, the
like,
legacy.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Um, I would say, last year was pretty memorable.
Okay.
To have Mr. Sifford come and, hang out with the people, that was really nice. Uh,
Hmm.
and, he shared, some stories about his dad with the young people to encourage them, because he never gave up. However difficult it was for him to make it out there on that tour, and you got to believe that it was difficult, very difficult during that time. And
That ain't even a word for it. I mean, can you imagine being over a golf ball and having to deal with what he had to deal with?
see, that's the kind of they thinking pressure a 3 4 foot putt. That ain't nothing, man. So I
Right.
think that was very very memorable, and just seeing the kids, man, just seeing them having fun. The whitewater rafting is, I mean, it's got to be exciting. They get out there and they just have a ball. It's hot, and after they get finished playing, they can cool off and do that. So it's a
Yeah,
lot of memorable moments, but those are the two I could say that come to mind the most.
that's
And
good.
just seeing them out there competing, and
Hmm.
and
And then,
enjoying it.
yeah, and then and ain't nothing like watching the kids play and compete and try to make putts and try to hit good shots and
Just competing. I mean, it's
yeah,
just fun watching that.
right, right. Now, where do you see the legacy going in the next 3 to 5 years, Q? I mean, what's your vision for this championship?
Well, I would love for it to grow. I mean, I like I said, I do like the venue right now because of the support, but I
Hmm.
eventually want to. And I've had, um, other people reach out to me about hosting it there. RTJ is a very good
Robert
track,
Trent Jones,
uh,
yes,
and then
yes.
even in the city, because I don't want to. It's a neighboring city, but it's still
Hmm.
all in the like the Central Alabama Sports Commission is it's like um, a tri-county type of thing. So
Hmm.
all of that is in the uh, same arena or same place. So I don't think that will be too far-fetched for being in the Central Alabama Sports Commission. So just because it may not necessarily be in Montgomery, it's still within our area. And right at Prattville, which is not like 15 minutes away where RTJ is. I've had a conversation with those guys, and we've talked about maybe hosting in the future there.
Okay.
So, and maybe doing some stuff in Montgomery. Maybe the AM tournament will be hosted at Lagoon, and then do our championship at Robert Trent Jones.
RT. Yeah,
And so that's an idea, and then adding some other events throughout the year to
yeah.
leading up to this event.
Okay, that's good. Maybe qualifiers, right?
Yeah, maybe a
Something like that.
qualifier, or just
Yeah,
other events that would
right,
kind of as supporting events,
right.
like in the beginning of the year, mid-year, and then this championship would be right here in the middle.
There you go. And Montgomery is that where they had the boat incident? Is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay. Listen, all I want to do is meet the guy that was on the boat. Yeah. I want to meet the guy that tossed the hat. And I think he's still working at the boat. But man, when I come out there, I want to meet the boat guy. Okay.
All right, we'll see if we can make that happen.
Follow him on social media. You follow him on social media, Q.
That's funny. Hey,
Hey, Q, we need to get that on the t-shirt where he tossed the hat up. Game time, baby. It's game time. Oh
that's
man.
funny. That's funny, man. That's funny.
I know. Like you, how can people support? Can they make a donation? Can they go online? How
Yes, sir.
does walk us through that? Because, like you said, to put on an event like this, it takes money, it takes
Takes resources.
support,
Yeah.
it takes it takes a village, right? So talk to us about how can people go on and support the event?
Well, you can go to the legacygolfchampionship.com,
Okay.
and there's a donate uh, menu option
Mm-hmm.
there. The Leo Foundation is the nonprofit that is supporting this, and you can also do it there at
Okay.
the Leo Foundation .org. There's a donate button there as well. So uh, we welcome support, and once people see, you know, what we're doing, you can go out on our website, just see some of the pictures and some of the activities and all the stuff that we're doing, and you can see that it's a change agent. This tournament helps a lot of areas, and helps a lot
Okay.
of people.
Well, that's good. That's good. And so they can go to the website and help there. All right.
Yeah. And I got people, man, that are wanting to just come and bring their kids like as a field trip to see
Okay.
something like that. Got
Right.
an organization out of Augusta, Georgia, that wants to come down and
Okay.
see the course, and see the tournament, and other, you know other community organizations in our own city. So it'll be exciting to see the people come out, in the future.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Now I know we didn't get a chance to get into the Leo Foundation, but we'll do another episode and really dive into that. But you
Yeah.
also have a book that I want to talk about called The Seed.
Yes.
What was the inspiration behind writing the book, The Seed, and where can people order the book?
Yeah, you can go out on Amazon, or you can go on my website at the
Yeah.
leogolfacademy.com, and purchase it. But it's out there on Amazon. The book is entitled "The Seed: a golf instructor's journey of faith and mentorship." And
Okay.
so, I kind of felt like I had a story to tell with me, starting in the game the way I did, from a community that didn't have golf. I
Hmm.
really truly believe this is a God. This is my mission, or my ministry, so to speak,
Right.
because
Yeah.
I didn't get into the game to do what I'm doing. You know, I didn't get in the game to necessarily be coaching and doing the things that I'm doing with young people, but
Academy.
it happened like that. And
Hmm.
but I've always had a passion to coach. I used to coach my sister in basketball,
Okay.
and,
Okay.
so when she was really young, we had, tournaments that she would be playing in. I was trying to get her prepared for. And in the book, it
Hmm.
talks about a little bit about how I got into coaching, and I didn't realize that's what this was about, because, you know.
Right.
But anyway, as I, begin to play the game and get more involved in junior golf, I mean, the Lord opened up doors with other young people, and I've been able to touch other people's lives, that now their lives are being changed. And so I really believe that that's what gave me that inspiration to write it and kind of tell the things that I've done in the past, and what I'm currently doing, and in the future what I would love to do. So this is just a kind of a book of those kinds of nuggets.
That's good. All right, followers, y'all go out on Amazon, get the book called The Seed, learn about the journey of Quincy and this incredible game we call golf. So Quincy, as we get ready to wrap up, man, I got a couple of rapid fire questions for you. Okay.
All right, all right.
All right. You like to walk or ride?
But now, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm riding, brother. I
you're
ain't
right.
walking,
No,
but I do a lot of walking, but I'm
you
riding.
do.
I
You
yeah,
do. Yeah, I see you at the tournaments all the time walking. So we
walking. Yeah.
we got to Daryl enjoy it while the kids are playing, right?
But if I'm getting the cart, To play, I'm riding. Yeah.
Gotcha. Now you play, I know you probably don't get a chance to play as much as you used to, but when you do play, you like to fade or you like to draw?
Straight.
Oh, you like to hit it straight? No, no.
Hey, I'm going straight at the target, man. But look, if I have to work it, I'll work it. But
You're working. All right. You
I
prefer
like straight shots, man. I
you
have to
like
hit it
straight
right where I'm aiming. Yes.
the one shot pattern straight, right? All right. You like an early morning tea time or afternoon?
Uh, that's a good question. Probably early morning now that I'm older. I'm an early riser.
Okay. So get it in and get out the way, right?
Yeah.
All right. Par three or par five? Which one you like better?
Par fives, man. Par
You like the
fives.
par fives?
Gotta make birdies on them. Those are my birdie holes.
Yeah, make up for the bogeys, right?
Yeah.
Good deal. Favorite golf snack while you playing?
Well, I'm different.
Yeah.
I'm plant based, man. I've been
Okay.
plant based for several years now,
Yeah.
and I eat those. I make a snack for myself, which is
Hmm.
chickpeas, and I do either chickpeas or dates. That's my favorite.
Okay. All right. Good deal. Good deal. Favorite club in the bag?
Putter.
Okay. That's my favorite too, by the way. I love I love putting. That's
Yeah.
that's probably the best part of my game. But
Hey, you gotta be able to putt, man.
there you go. One word to describe the Legacy Golf Championship.
History.
Gotcha. A junior golfer who impressed you recently.
And several of them have, man, but
Okay.
I'm gonna go with my daughter, London.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with
Good.
her.
Can't wait to see London
Yeah,
play a
London,
little.
man, she was down in a tournament this past maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. She's been playing really well, actually, but uh, she had to go low and come back and win by 3 shots. Shot two under in the last round and
Ooh,
won. So
that's
I was
going
impressed with.
low,
That
low, low.
impressed me. I didn't know it. I didn't expect it, but
Yeah.
well, I can't say I didn't expect it. I expected her to play well, but she did uh, she did play well, and so that was impressive.
Yeah. She was in that zone. She went two under.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. All right. Dream foursome. If you could pick three other players to play around with you, who would you pick?
I gotta go with, and I know my kids gonna get mad at me. I might not need to
they
do that,
and they
but
and
I'm
they
gonna go with
probably
my.
they probably listening right now.
I know, right? So let me not put them in it, but
If you
myself.
okay, so let's say other than your kids. All
Yeah,
right, make it easy.
I'm gonna make it. Yeah.
Yeah, make it easy on yourself.
So myself, Tiger,
Okay,
Charlie Sifford,
okay.
and probably Calvin Pete. I like to
Woo,
see how
that's a
he.
good one.
I like to see how he hit that ball so straight, man. I told you I
Kept it
like
in
to
the
hit a straight
fairway.
ball. I like to hit it straight, right? This
Yeah,
guy didn't miss fairways, man. You
yeah. He
know,
led the tour. He led the tour for like 8, 10 years or something like that.
yes, so it's amazing, man.
Wow, that's awesome, man. So Q, man, where can our listeners follow you? Where find you, follow you, social media, website. Where can we catch up with the
Yeah, you
Legacy
can
Golf?
find us at the legacygolfchampionship.com,
Okay,
the Legacy Golf Championship Instagram and Facebook, and I'm at Leo Golf Academy. My website is leogolfacademy.com, and also Instagram and Facebook, and
awesome,
and the
awesome.
Leo Foundation.org.
Yeah, okay, well, great, man. Well, Q, it's been a pleasure having you tonight. I'm sure our listeners learn a lot about the Legacy Golf Championship. Oh, by the way, go online, junior golfers and college golfers, and submit your information. Right? You want to hit that real quick?
Yeah, if you go to the website on the very first page, it's
Yeah.
a button and where they can go in and just join the database
There
so that
you
they
go.
can be invited, because we will send out the invitations after May 2nd.
May
So
2nd. Okay.
still have time, but after May 2nd, we'll shut that down so we can then send out the invites.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Q. We'll catch up, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Have a good one.